Good morning, grade 5 girls. How are you today? Let's complete our lesson, our interesting lesson. How do scientists collect and interpret data? Today is Tuesday, 21 April 2020. All of you open pages 339 and 340. Learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, you have to know how to select and use tools to collect and interpret data. We have different scientific tools. Different scientific tools. What are these tools? What is it? Yes, it's a thermometer to measure temperature. To measure temperature. Now here also we have a ruler. We have balance to measure mass. We have stopwatch to measure duration, the time. We have the ruler or metal stick to measure the length. We have a spring balance to measure weight. We have a graduated cylinder to measure with a volume. Tools. Scientific use different kinds of tools to collect data. The tools used depends on task. You can use tools to help you see things that you normally could not see. See, this is the first, you can see it in more details. Measure. Tools help you to measure things and gather information. Also, measure volume, temperature, length, distance, mass, and time. And more with proper tools, tools can help you gather information and analyze your data. Help you find information and collected by others. Help you find information collected by others. So again, help you see things you normally could not see, I think by hand lens or by microscope. See it, see it in more detail. Measure things and gather information. Measure volume, temperature, length, distance, mass, and time. Gather information and analyze your data. Help you find information collected by others. So in question number 5, underline 4 things that tools help you do. All of you please underline this here. Tools for observing. Tools for observing. The hand lens, the camera, and also we use the microscope. Other tools, we have computer, okay, we have the calculator, you have to write your analysis. A microscope. A microscope makes object appear much larger. Much, you can see it in details. Now, the balance. You can use balance to measure mass. And this is a stopwatch. You can use a stopwatch or timer to measure elapsed time. This is a calculator. What you use calculator help you analyze data easier and faster than you could with paper and pencil. To calculate your data more faster than you use the paper and pencil. This is thermometer. Thermometer measure temperature. Many thermometers have both Fahrenheit and Celsius degree scales. Here we have a spring scale used to measure force, to measure the weight. Scientists use also this is a meteoristic to measure length and distance. To measure length and distance. This is a graduated cylinder to measure the volume. To measure the volume. Who can read for us question number 6? What should you look at a graduated cylinder at eye level when reading the scale? You cannot see the exact level of the liquid unless your eyes are at the same level as the liquid. Your eyes must be the same level as the liquid. Question number 7. Who can read it for us? I want another girl. Scientists use tools other than the ones on this page. What tools could help you gather information, analyze data, and find information collected by others? Excellent computer. Now, safety. I think when you go down to the lab, every day I remind you with the safety rules in the lab. Scientists know they must work safely when doing experiments. When doing experiments, there is some safety rules in the laboratories. No safety. Scientists know they must work safely when doing experiment. You need to be careful when doing science activities too also. It's important to keep yourself and other people safe. Care must be taken to make sure all living organisms, including plants and animals, are handled properly. Follow these safety rules. What is it? Let us see. First, listen to the teacher instructions and ask questions. Before you start, you have to tie your long hair back and avoid wearing loose clothing. Also, you have to wear, look at this goggles here, goggles, wear softly goggles when needed. Never taste or smell any substances unless directed to do by your teacher. Now here, help keep the plants and animals that you use safe. Handle sharp items safely. Read the activity carefully before you start. Read the activity carefully before you start. Now, question number 8. Explain why might it be important to ask questions after your teacher gives instructions? To clear up confusion. To clear up confusion. You have here also to use the chemicals carefully. You have to wear gloves also here. Okay, and don't forget after you finish your experiment, you have to clean up your place after you finish your experiment. Now review. I want to ask questions. Please, I will choose randomly by class dojo. What do all of these tools have in common? Yes, all of these tools help scientists make observation and provide data. Now another one. How would you find volume of a liquid? Did you use the panels or the microscope, or is it we measure the volume by graduated cylinder? Let me see the answer. I would pour the liquid into graduated cylinder. Then, looking at the cylinder at eye level, I would look at the marking next to the bottom of the curve of the liquid that making would tell me the volume. Suppose you roll a ball to your friend at the opposite side of room. What tool would you use to measure how far the ball traveled? You use the balance? No, I would use a meter stick to measure the distance the ball traveled. Now, how is a pan balance different from a spring scale? Yes, a pan balance measures the mass of an object, while a spring scale measures the weight of an object. The weight of an object. Now, this question, I want another girl, or choose. I will choose randomly. Okay, why do you need to use gram cubes to find mass of an object? The object you are measuring has unknown mass, but the gram cubes have known mass. We know the gram cubes, the mass of the gram cubes, but the object, I want as example the apple. I don't know what is it, the mass of the apple. So we use gram cubes have a known mass. Which tool could you use to measure a rock sample? Is it a scale or pal- a pan balance? You can use ruler, balance, spring scale. You can use ruler, balance, spring scale. What are two timing devices you can use when conducting an experiment? Is it microscope? No. Stopwatch or clock? Now this question, why might you use a stopwatch instead of a clock? Yes, a stopwatch is smaller and easier to carry around, and it gives you more precise measurement. Why it's important to tie back long hair and avoid wearing loose clothing when you are doing science experiment. Okay, long hair could cover your face so you could not observe or measure correctly. Also, loose clothing could knock over objects. Now, what are two ways that can you keep the plants and animals that you use in experiments safe? Yes, give them food, water, and light. Make sure they are kept at comfortable temperature. Thank you, my dear students, for your listening. Tomorrow we will complete our lesson.